Hello and welcome to Healy Horizon. I am your host Martina Kling and I'm so happy to have you here with us for our November episode. This month we are talking on a theme that is all about embracing the gift of gratitude, but also cultivating a culture of thankfulness. Have you recently, for example, taken a minute to reflect on the little things in your life that bring you joy? If you think about it, what comes up to your mind? Is it, for example, a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a good book, a genuine smile for a friend? For me right now, I'm thankful to have you here with me. You may be watching from different parts of the world, but I feel connected and close to you in this beautiful, bright community that we have created. Now, gratitude is not just a feeling. It goes far beyond when it reshapes our mindset, enhances our well-being, and also strengthens our relationships. Today, we'll be exploring how gratitude can become a routine practice that enriches us from day to day. And here on the show with us, we've got fantastic speakers who will share insights that will inspire you to cultivate a deeper sense of appreciation in your everyday life. We are joined by Kerstin Hartwigsen from our MagHealy community, who is not only a dedicated member, but also an expert in holistic wellness. She will share how gratitude can shape our health journeys and connect us more deeply with ourselves, but also with others. Later, we will also hear from a special speaker, Katia Castelo, whose wisdom will empower you to embrace wellness throughout your journey. And of course, it wouldn't be a Healy Horizon without an exciting giveaway. And for the first time ever, we are opening it up to live participants as well as those tuning in after. Yes, you heard that right. So you could be one of your winners. Make sure you stick around for your chance to win our prizes and instructions also to join in. With so much to dive into today, let's get started. To kick off our episode, please welcome our first guest, Kerstin Hartwigsen. As an Independent Healy World Member with the rank of Executive Team Manager and expert in holistic health, she will share her very unique perspective on the exploration of gratitude. Kerstin, thank you for being here. The stage is all yours.
Hallo in die Runde. Ich freue mich so, dass ich heute dabei sein darf.
Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be able to join you today at Healy Horizon to talk a bit about gratitude, specifically gratitude in the veterinary practice, and how our two frequent friends work in the veterinary practice, and how we can put them to good use. I'm happy, but also excited about it somehow. I've made some notes for myself so that I don't forget what I'd like to share with you. Don't be surprised if I take a little look to the left to just see if I've shared everything with you, shared with you what I wanted to share. Very briefly about me. My name is Kerstin. I live in Germany, in the Odenwald, in a beautiful spot close to nature. I am an animal healer and live there with 4 shelter dogs. I call them loving, emotional, flexible, and I also work with them. Most of the animals, mostly dogs, that come to me are out of therapy, emotionally flexible, and my main focus in the animal healing practice is nutrition. Frequency application in any form, be it bioresonance, with in-depth analysis and regulation acupuncture, with the laser and of course the Healy and MagHealy are now an integral part of the veterinary practice. And, well, gratitude is the theme. What we're looking at today, from different aspects, and that's also something I'm grateful for example, that I stumbled across the 2 little frequent friends and can now use them, can share them with my patients' owners, and give them the possibilities and help that make life so easy and make the support of our dear 4-legged friends easier than ever before. Because most people who come to me have been through an odyssey, are out of therapy, or are considered to be out of therapy. People and animals are honestly desperate, have already tried a lot, have already many appointments behind me, and nothing has really changed anything. And when you come to me, the patience is somehow very, very thin. And it is all the nicer that I can simply put the Healy or MagHealy in your hand and give you a little instruction. To put it simply, use the whole thing at home. Help your dog and, if in doubt, help yourself if you need a bit of a soul wall and a bit of support. And gratitude is a very important aspect also in my work for me, that I'm allowed to do what I do and how I do it, and also a bit grateful that I had the courage to set out on new paths at over 40, because I am a false banker, correspondent, and businessman by background, and did it with passion and love for quite a while, until I got to a point where it not only satisfied me more, so to speak, but also brought me to a point that almost broke me emotionally as well as physically. And there was the idea, what is my real passion? And do you have the courage to realize it? So I started out at over 40, one of the older ones, and started another animal holding practical studies. And that's really brilliant. Having a passion, living your passion, and helping others and showing them how they can help themselves. We often have a problem with saying, I'm grateful for something, because that somehow sounds so strange. Oh, maybe you were told that as a child. Nah, that's arrogant. Don't be so snooty. But at the end of the day, that's exactly what it is. If you are brave and go out for your thing, whether it's for Healy or helping people, and you stand by it and have developed your own passion and style, that's something that is valuable and right and important to share with people, and then you can also be grateful and establish the whole thing a bit. From there, we've already moved on to the next thing I used to like to do, like many of us, getting up in the morning with what felt like a huge list in my head of things to do, tasks to be completed, and perhaps a bit of anger from the day before. I have now turned that around and changed it for myself. I use the first few minutes in the morning with my coffee and cosmic growth or happy from the soul cycle or emotional well-being or positive thoughts from the Healy frequencies to really focus and think about what was great yesterday, what went well. In the beginning, to be honest, it was a challenge. I only came up with 2 or 3 things, even if it was just something as trivial as emptying a dishwasher even though I didn't feel like it. But if you establish this for a while, then a lot happens. And I find the combination of directing your own thoughts into positivity with cosmic growth. Somehow magical to have done this for a while. You also notice how something changes inside you, how the thought routine changes a little into a positive one, and then a lot more things come back on the outside. A lot more positive things. People suddenly start laughing together. People give me the right of way, even though I might not have had it at all. Nice people come into my life. Colleagues who say, hey, I've heard that you work with your therapist compass in such and such a way. Why don't you let me know what you do? Can I use this in my practice? And that is really what we then send out, what we are. What we feel comes back to us in one way or another, and that is really incredible and incredibly beautiful. We have the support we need, be it with the Healy or MagHealy, and it also makes a difference to me as a therapist. How I deal with my colleagues here who want to work in my style, in my way of working, whether I meet them and think, she wants to do it again. She has 70,000 questions, she might be annoying, or whether I think, hey, cool. She's keen to learn from me. How honored can I be? That I can share my knowledge with her, that she thinks what I do is cool, and that she ultimately wants to do it for herself and wants to use it. And that's also something I've established in the team, because it's often the case that there's no time, no desire. Everything is so bad. Everything is so terrible. And if you cut that off somewhere and say, okay, we'll focus on the really good things, then a lot more good things happen. Animals are always a great example. These thoughts, this is the idea behind it. I want to do something positive, to do something good, to change something, to make life easier for dogs, that makes a difference for the animals. One of my first experiences in the practice was quite amazing. I was still unsure about frequencies and the radius they have, and couldn't really explain it to myself or grasp it, and I was also very surprised, still unsure how to explain. And the first patients I had were out of therapy, i.e., the most severe cases, and that's why I was always very, very prepared at the beginning, thinking very intensively about the dogs. What did we talk about? How did he feel the last time I left? What did we want to change? How do I set my focus today when we see each other? The exciting thing was, when I arrived at Samu's house, the owner Kerstin asked, "Have you already done something with Samu today at 1 a.m.?" Because I've also supported him quite often from a distance, of course, sending him things like Bach flowers and things like that. And then I said to her, "Nope." I went for a run with my dogs, and I thought about seeds and thought to myself, what do I want to analyze today? Where do I want to take a closer look? What have we already achieved? How was your last week? Etc. And then she said, "You, Kerstin." Something magical happened at the end of the day. He lay down exactly where he always lies when you come and check on him, as if you were already there. These are moments when I keep thinking to myself, okay, sometimes I need proof that what I'm doing is working, and I get it from feedback like this, especially when the animals show it so bluntly. That is, if I only work with Bach flowers from a distance and swing them up and then get feedback from the owner. Hey, the day was so much more relaxed today. I haven't experienced my dog like this for a long time. And then those are the moments when I just say, that's brilliantly accurate. And I had the courage to do that. That's exactly why I went back to school and do what I do, how I do it. Because it's simple, ingenious, and effective. And the animals simply respond and react to it. And that is the big issue, where I simply feel joy every day, grateful that I can do what I do, and above all, in the time window that I do when there is an emergency. I can take care of that. The family can also practice self-care, which is an important point, and I am tied into a fixed, rigid system. That's another thing I'm incredibly happy about, and which is very, very cool, and something we can all be a bit more aware of. The possibilities here in our community, as a team. We all resonate in a similar way. We all have the same thing in mind, to help and make things better, to make things more rounded. And that is what many people want for themselves, for their animals, and we have it, and we are allowed to share it, and it is incredibly valuable and incredibly important to have it, and then to share it with people and animals. And even now, in my case, especially with colleagues who are so keen to change things, to work with frequencies in a completely new, cool, innovative way, but then to have a compass at my side, my therapist's compass, to say I know what I can do, even if I'm new to it. And that's really nice. We can do so much. We can change so much. The more we become, the better it gets, regardless of whether it's us therapists or us former pain sufferers. The main thing is that we go out, we do what we change, send positive vibes everywhere where they are not yet there. The time felt so long at the beginning, but it went by so quickly. There's so much more to tell, but I'm really glad I was able to be here today and share this with you. I hope it has inspired you a little and encouraged you a little if you haven't had such a good day today. Thank you for allowing me to be there. Thank you for the invitation, and I look forward to seeing you again soon, perhaps on this platform or perhaps face-to-face in live. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Oder vielleicht auch Auge in Auge und live. Dankeschön. Bis bald.
Thank you, Kerstin, for those powerful insights. Now, it's time to give you the details about our special giveaway. In the spirit of gratitude, we are thrilled to share the chance for three of you, to take home either a MagHealy or a 1-month supply of our elements, morning and night duo, to support your goals around the clock. To be one of those winners, we invite you to share in the chat or also in the comments down below what's the one thing, big or small, that you are most grateful for this season. 3 winners will be randomly selected to receive these special gifts as a token of our gratitude for being part of this community. And now it's time to welcome our second guest, Katia Castelo from Mexico, who is a founding member with the rank of Senior Vice President and also a great expert in all things energy and consciousness. Often found spreading positivity on radio shows and podcasts, today she has come here to share her wisdom and insights with you, with all of you. Katia, welcome. Please take it away.
Hola a todos, bienvenidos a este espacio. Mi nombre es Katia.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this space. My name is Katia Castelo, Senior Vice President at Healy, Mexico, and I feel very fortunate to be here today to share with you one of my favorite topics, which is gratitude. This is a very powerful energy, an energy that helps you manifest many things in your life. But unfortunately, we disconnect with it very easily. We are used to being grateful only when beautiful, positive things happen in our lives. Today, I want us to reflect through this video on how to connect with gratitude, even in difficult moments. We are coming up to a season of celebrations, starting with Thanksgiving, Christmas, and very beautiful moments that connect us with this energy of gratitude. So it's the perfect pretext to pick up that energy and really question ourselves about what we are grateful for, even in moments that can be challenging. You knew, of course, that everything is energy. And one of the emotions that has the highest frequency is gratitude. To be able to be grateful, really grateful, that is, to feel it, to vibrate it, is going to connect you to many possibilities in your life. It is very easy to go through programming with negative things or things that we don't like. But if you begin to integrate this energy into your life, you will see how everything transforms. And in life, the universe will give you many reasons to always be grateful. One thing I love about this energy, when you really realize that you are vibrating in gratitude, is because there is no judgment. When you observe a situation without judgment, you can really be grateful for it. Otherwise, you wouldn't really be in absolute gratitude. In other words, gratitude and judgment cannot coexist in the same space. To let go of judgment is to be in consciousness. And when you are in consciousness, you can access other spaces, other possibilities that you did not allow yourself to do before. Even love, which is one of the highest frequencies, can be susceptible to being linked to judgment. That is to say, you can love a person, a situation, but at the same time judge it. Gratitude, on the other hand, does not have this characteristic. Gratitude is always an energy that allows you to see it as the gift behind the event. Today, I invite you to reflect on all that you are genuinely grateful for, but with a very interesting challenge. And that challenge is to include what you don't like. Those situations, moments that have been complicated throughout this year, that we are about to culminate, and that you see the gift that is behind all of this. Once you allow yourself to see the gift behind these moments and really thank them, you will realize how your energy will absolutely transform. Make a list. Connect with those things. Connect with the emotions, with those moments, and you will realize how there is always a gift. Asking questions is one way we can access consciousness. And one question I love to ask myself when I have challenging moments in my life, in business, in my experience of everyday life is, what's good about this thing I'm looking at? There is always a gift behind it. Life, the universe, is going to show you gifts, sometimes in a little strange packaging. But when you connect with what is behind that wrapping, which can be a difficulty, you will be able to access that great gift. And when you see it and are grateful, absolutely everything transforms. A routine for every day that I love to do is to wake up and say thank you. To be grateful first for being here, for being alive, for breathing. This takes you to your conscious moment, to your present moment, which is the only thing we have. The mind gets distracted. The mind goes to the past. That which is no longer here that you would like to be here, or that which did not work and you keep regretting because it did not work. And the mind also goes to the future, to those expectations, that which you would like or which causes you anxiety. But when you are in the present moment, that's the only way you can really be grateful, and you can connect with this energy. So, how about starting today? You wake up, you are grateful for your day, you connect with this amazing possibility that you have today to be here experiencing this life. And sleeping, which is a key moment, because we have more than 60,000 thoughts a day and 80% of them are cyclical. That is, everything you thought one day when you go to sleep, you are going to think again the next day. So imagine giving yourself the gift of connecting with the moments you are grateful for that day. It is also a way to integrate them, even if they are challenging, even if they are difficult. What are you grateful for today? Going to sleep with that feeling, with that energy, with that frequency, will allow you to wake up the next day with a totally different energy,
and continue to find millions of possibilities to be grateful and really have this energy of expansion. Something that I also love is to let go of all expectations. Because when you are thanking but questioning or putting something as a pretext to be able to connect with this gratitude, it is like wanting to control it. The invitation is to let go of control, to be present and to really ask yourself, what am I going to be grateful for today? Genuinely. And to feel it, to vibrate it. We have a wonderful tool which is the Healy, which allows us to connect with that frequency. Gratitude is behind peace, behind calmness, behind coherence, behind presence, behind an inner unity. So many programs that we have that allow us to connect with that energy. So if we make this combination between being aware of the things we are grateful for, even when they are complicated, using our powerful tool that is the Healy through these frequencies, it is 100% sure that your life begins to transform. And when you least expect it, life will give you enough reasons to keep thanking. And you become that energy, that vital energy that all the time is seeing the positive side, the gift side, behind every experience. And you also recognize that it is your creation. Because something that takes you very far away from gratitude is when you see culprits in the scenarios that happen in your life. And when you recognize that in reality, there is no one to blame, that you're the one who is creating and choosing everything, you can connect and recognize that if you chose this path that you don't love, you can change it. And how do you change it? Through this energy, through gratitude. So the greatest gift that we can take with us in this life is to be grateful, is to vibrate in this frequency, because remember, when there is gratitude, there is no judgment. And if there is no judgment, you are in consciousness. And the more consciousness we have, the more possibilities you are going to have in your life to also bring that energy to many more people. You are an invitation for this to be possible. The more grateful you are, the more other people will be inspired by you. The world requires this. The world requires your genuine energy. Human beings are designed to be happy, to vibrate in gratitude. However, throughout life, we become disconnected from this vital energy. Today, becoming aware of this can be a radical change in your life so that you not only have a benefit for yourself, but for your environment. And that tomorrow, you will be able to see in retrospect all that you have created, simply because you connected with this energy. We are about to close this 2024, and it is the perfect time for you to be grateful for absolutely everything and prepare yourself with open arms to continue receiving moments, experiences, opportunities that you are going to create through your energy and your choices that allow you to be constant gratitude. So remember, in the complicated moments, in the moments of great joy, gratitude is going to be the key to letting go of judgment. Thank you for being here. Thank you for receiving this message, and thank you for putting it into practice. Every day is the key, the perfect time to change your energy. And remember that if you change your energy, you change absolutely everything. Only you can do it. Only you can choose it. So I hope this has contributed to you. Simply remember what we have present, that many times we forget, and connect in this way to a greater life. A life that you enjoy. A life that you remember, that you can always lead, and you can carry those spaces of possibilities. Only you can do it. You have a wonderful tool, which is the Healy, for you to make this process even more effective. However, if you don't choose it, no one else will be able to do it for you. Thank you for being here. It was a pleasure, and I feel infinitely grateful for this space.
Fue un placer y me siento infinitamente agradecida por este espacio.
Thank you, Katia, for those inspiring words. Your tips are incredibly insightful, not only for this season, but throughout our lives. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to celebrate our Healy community. We have compiled some of the best #MyHealyMoments stories from you all. Let's take a look and celebrate the positive impact. To
Du suchst dir ein Programm aus, zum Beispiel Körperkomfort, und dann lädst du es auf dein MagHealy, stellst dir deine Intensität ein, so wie du das gerne hast, und legst den MagHealy auf deinen Körper und genießt.
Hay distintos modelos de Healy. Lo más bonito es que una vez tú compres el tuyo, el que se ajuste a lo que estás buscando, luego puedes, si quieres, hacer un upgrade para quedarte con el que sigue y simplemente haces el upgrade de manera virtual y se reprograma tu dispositivo. No lo tienes que cambiar por otro. Yo te sugiero de una vez llevarte el Healy Professional, que tiene todos los programas dentro. No hay que hacer suscripciones mensuales, no hay que hacer un upgrade después. Pero puede que tú quieras arrancar con un producto de pronto más pequeño a nivel del valor de entrada, explorarlo y a medida que vayas enamorándote de él y teniendo los recursos, ir haciendo el upgrade. Entonces tienes todas las opciones. Si quieres, háblame y te ayudo a encontrar cuál es el mejor producto para ti.
So a lot of people ask the question about how do the vibrate frequencies work in the Healy. This is the feature that we have inside the Blue app, where we're able to send distant frequencies to someone who's not physically with us at the moment. So when we enter a client into the Blue app and we put their photo, their name, their date of birth, their place of birth, it's essentially creating an IP address that allows us to focus intention on that client so that the frequencies can make their way to them. Now, I know this still doesn't really help answer the question of how do the frequencies actually go from this Healy that's in my hands into the bioenergetic field of another client who's in another place, even another country. So let's look at it this way. Imagine you're sending a letter to a friend far, far away, right? You would put their name and their address on the envelope, right? That's how the mailman knows how exactly to get the letter from you to them. So scalar waves work very similar, but they don't need paper or an address. They use something called intention to go where they need to go. So if we pretended that scalar waves are like magical paper airplanes, right? You make one in your mind, you think really hard about who you want it to reach, and then you send it off. It knows exactly where to go because of the strong thought, almost like putting someone's name and picture in your mind as the address. And the scalar waves can open up like an invisible metaphysical tunnel because they carry your specific intention like a guiding map. It's as if each person has their own special signal. And when you focus on them, the scalar waves tune into that signal, find them wherever they are, and no matter where your friend is, that paper airplane will find their way there. I find it so cool because really the quantum field knows no time, space, or distance. Set that intention, get the super cool scalar waves from inside your Healy and send them off and allow all of humanity to rise in consciousness.
And that brings us to the end of our November episode of Healy Horizon. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey of gratitude. And remember, always remember, even the simplest expressions of thankfulness can have a profound effect on our lives and also on our relationships. We can't wait to see you next month as we explore a new topic and welcome a fresh lineup of incredible guests. Until then, stay grateful and remember the joy that comes from promoting thankfulness in every moment. Take care and bye-bye.